There can't be any good video game movies. Well, there is. Just not a lot of them. Video game movies. There's a lot of them, and they're all really good examples of fine movie making and the greatest movies in all of existence. Yeah. They suck. Who could have guessed? But besides the many bad video game movies, there are some diamonds in the rough. And that's what we'll be talking about today on the top 5 good video game movies. Let's go! No. The Angry Birds movie.
But Toaster, isn't the Angry Birds movie bad?
No, not really. In terms of other video game movies, it could have been terrible. I mean, most flaws with video game movies is that they try and add a deep, compelling story to a game with a very simple one. Why take the egg? Why? Well, the true secret is they're secretly aliens. Wow, that was just terrible. I apologize for the terrible jokes. Be sure to dislike this video and unsubscribe. Also, yes, I do realize that is not an egg. Let's just pretend, okay? Okay, good. But as it turns out, there is actual effort put into this movie, especially with the characters. I mean, they could have been just lazy and just took the Angry Birds character and added little stick arms and legs to them. I call it my ultimate Angry Birds OC. It also is nice that the comedy actually isn't that bad. I mean, considering this was a children's show, it could have been cringy, terrible, you know, that kind of stuff. But instead, some jokes are actually quite funny. Like, sure, most of them are just like mad jokes, but at least not all of them are terrible. And that's what really matters. The visuals are appealing, the environments are very nice and detailed, and overall the Angry Birds movie makes for an okay movie that I suggest you check out. And with that, I think I'll let Mighty Eagle end things off. What you gonna say, buddy?
Oh, man. Ugh. Horrible turn of events. Horrible. Ooh.
Number 5, we have Pokemon the movie, The Rise of Darkrai.
Chancellor Toaster, isn't this movie more based on the anime than the actual game?
Well, you're kind of right, I guess. That is why it's only at number 4, because it's more based on the anime than the actual game. Hey, it's hard to find good video game movies, cut me some slack. This movie is Pokemon's attempt at replicating a more darker and horror-like story, and it does it really well. There are some scenes that are downright creepy, and then beginning with the battle with Palkia and Dialga, with the weird music, and the main character reading a passage out of a diary about a terrifying nightmare, helps make this scene actually downright scary. And if I had watched this when I was little, I would have been a little creeped out. Also, the story is very unique for a Pokemon movie. Could have been the stereotypical, you know, oh no, this small Pokemon's being chased by this larger Pokemon. Cue uninspired chase sequence. And one of the most unique parts about this movie is that Ash isn't even the center point. He's just a bystander in this event. This movie is all about Darkrai and the battle between Palkia and Dialga. My goodness, Darkrai is a freaking badass. He is taking on Palkia and Dialga, two Pokemon that are considered deities, and he isn't even breaking a sweat. And yes, I'm not actually sure if Pokemon can actually sweat, but who knows? Maybe they can, maybe they can't. I mean, they can bleed, so maybe. The new characters introduced are fun and unique and enjoyable in their own way. And we got freaking Gaston Licky Licky over there. I just love that. How could you not love the Gaston Licky Licky? They also made Croagunk look like a total badass, which is definitely an achievement within itself. The fight scenes are also very well executed, and that combined with all the other reasons on this list makes this movie my personal favorite Pokemon movie. But since that is more based on the anime than the actual game, that's why it's only at number 4. Also, get this, they made a freaking vocal theme for Darkrai. What? What is this, freaking Shadow the Hedgehog? Before you say anything, yes, this movie does exist. Here we have the Street Fighter II movie created in 1994. This movie kinda flew under the radar for me. That is, until I found it while looking up some video game movies that were actually good. In terms of the source material, it stays pretty faithful to it. What makes this movie so unique compared to the other movies on this list is that it traces the fight scenes and techniques from actual martial artists, making the fight scene have a very clean feel to them. And being a martial artist myself, it gets me very nostalgic seeing these video game characters use actual techniques that you can actually pull off in real life. Looking at you, Dragon Ball Z. In terms of story, it's pretty well done as well. It takes place after the events of the first Street Fighter, where Bison is trying to find Ryu because of Ryu's very capable fighting abilities. But due to Ryu being able to cloak his energy, a la androids, it's very difficult to find him. But then Bison discovers Ken, and he decides to pull off a boppity and create what is essentially Majin Vegeta. Okay, I'll stop with the DBZ references, okay? And the voice acting isn't actually that bad. I mean, compared to the other works, which is all like, you know, what am I fighting for? And despite this movie actually being rushed, it's actually pretty long, running at approximately 1 hour and 30 minutes. And even though the main characters are essentially Ryu, Guile, Chun-Li, Ken, and Bison, they still give other characters their times to shine, which I think is pretty cool, though I kinda wish they did a little more with that. And look, even Akuma's here. I have no idea why he's here, but he is. Overall, this is a really well done movie, with memorable scenes, absolutely breathtaking visuals, an amazing soundtrack, and some awesome fight scenes. Takes this movie all the way to number 3. Next up, we have the Super Fighting Robot.
Mega Man.
Let me just get this out of the way. I absolutely love the X series, and I am seriously hyped for Mega Man X Legacy Collection. And heck, I'm excited to play the greatest Mega Man X game ever, Mega Man X! I can't even fake say it, let's just move on. This right here is a movie about what happened on the day of the Maverick virus. You know, the thing that caused a Reploid civil war and affected the X series, the Zero series, and the GX series for centuries? Yeah, that virus. And as always, Zero is a complete and total badass, and helped develop X as a hero who doesn't like to hurt people, but will not hesitate to do so. It also gives us some insight of what the Mavericks were like before the day of the Maverick virus. And it actually gives us a character for Vile. And Vile's a pretty cool character that I wish more X games would use, even though he died in the first game. I don't know, maybe it's something about the helmet, the fact that he looks like Boba Fett. And it also reveals to us the backstory of Zero, that being that he was created by Dr. Light, even though it's kinda obvious because he looks like Mega Man. And it also explains how Sigma got those weird scar things on his eyes. Apparently he got them by Zero crushing his face really hard. Speaking of Sigma, it actually gives us the reason of why Sigma, went all Maverick. It's actually because he believes that in pushing X, pushing him to his limits and destroying everything is, as it turns out, helping the Reploid race evolve, because he believes they're superior. Well, there isn't that many fight scenes in this movie as, say, the Street Fighter movie. The fight scenes that aren't here are very well done and visually breathtaking, making for some great visual experiences that really take advantage of the HD format in this movie and the very well done graphics. The scene in which X powers up feels very much like the Super Saiyan God, in the sense that it is a new level of power, but that is only the beginning. The best is yet to come. That, combined with very smooth animation, actual good voice acting compared to stuff like, what am I fighting for? And a very believable story and a pretty nice soundtrack makes this movie my second favorite. But what could be my first? Well, here it comes. Kudos to Taki Corporation for creating my favorite video game movie ever. It's just incredible how much real effort was put into this movie. And the whole cast is here to stay, featuring Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, and even featuring some new characters along the ride. Yes, those characters really aren't that special and are kind of forgettable, but hey, credit where credit is due.
About the voice acting, isn't it terrible?
No, it isn't. It's just that the choices for some of the voice actors are weird. It's not it's bad, it's just the choices for them. Like, when I hear the voice of Sonic, shut up, Tails! Not exactly what I would imagine the voice of Sonic to be. But on the other side of the coin, the voice of Eggman, it's fantastic. Easily my second favorite voice actor for Eggman. It wraps up his character perfectly as an evil villain, but still a comedic villain at the exact same time. Not sure how that works, but hey, it does. And the environments you go to are just so unique and beautiful. You go from Sky Islands to Rocky Mountain regions, surrounded by clouds and forests, to an abandoned city submerged in water, to a robotic city, to a freaking ice cap with lava in it. Where the heck do they get these awesome ideas? And the fight scenes are simply incredible. The battles with Metal Robotnik and the two fights with Metal Sonic are amazing and well animated and really make this movie even better. While on the topic of Metal Sonic, he is a total badass. At the beginning of the movie, he kicks Sonic's ass, and then when they fight again at the ice caps, it is a match of equals, and it is just incredible how it's handled. And at the very end, where Metal Sonic saves the president and the old man, and dies in the lava, sure, the voice choice for the robot, his voice is kind of bad, but it's still an emotional couple minutes, and it made me cry. Hey, don't judge me. And I think it's about time for me to submit why I think Metal Sonic did this. So, as we all know, Metal Sonic was programmed, well, this specific version anyways, was programmed with Sonic's data, his memories, his thoughts, and especially his personality. So what if, by Tails causing him to malfunction and getting really hard by Sonic, it destroyed Eggman's control over Metal, kind of like how in Sonic Heroes. And if that was the case, we would be left with a robotic Sonic with his personality and his memories, including his will to save people, which is exactly why he saved the old man and the president, because that's what Sonic would do. He is a hero. And at the very end, the entire reason why he didn't accept Sonic's hand is because he knew as long as he existed, Eggman would still hunt for him, and when he would finally get control over Metal Sonic once again, the planet would be put back at risk. And that, I don't know, it's just a theory. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the top 5 video game movies. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments below, and tell me what your favorite video game movies are in the future. And don't worry, because pretty soon I am going to review another TV show that almost no one knows about, but is a really hidden gem, so be sure to watch for that. Okay guys, I'll see you next time, and be sure to like and subscribe. Catch you later.